And welcome back to Willa Trades. I'm Willa, and today we're going to be doing our watch list for 8/29. It is Thursday. The end of the month is tomorrow. Big deal because Nvidia reported last night. We saw a lot of wild movement in the market yesterday. So let's go over it, and then we'll jump right into the watch list. So this is the 1 hour chart. Let's pull out of it on SPY. So you can see we're in a major bounce. We bounced at 507. This was about at the beginning of the month. We had a big bounce. We had a retest of a level, and then we pushed up, and then we've been consolidating. So we've been consolidating in this range since last week. There was a sell-off right before Jackson Hole. We saw a push back up, and then here we go. There's another sell-off. And this is again on SPY, the 1 hour chart. We saw a big bounce yesterday. After hours, there was this sell-off here, and this happened with earnings, the Nvidia earnings reporting. So we saw a big sell-off, and then we saw a bounce. Okay, so this is huge because this pushes us up into another level, and pushes us back into an area that we have been chopping for a number of days. You can see I got a couple fibs that I'm playing with, trying to figure out which ones actually apply. For instance, this one here is no longer valid. We're going to move that out. So if we were to look at this very carefully, you can see here that I've formulated a trend line. I'm going to be looking very carefully at this trend line because I expect for us to move up today. I expect for us to move up and probably break this level sometime today or tomorrow. If we break this trend line, however, I'm going to be looking for a push down. So this could be accumulation, this could be the manipulation, right? And this could be the distribution. So we've got to see, look that up. So we've got to see what's happening here. The chart looks a little bit differently on QQQ, and QQQ has really been the leader. QQQ mimics the NASDAQ, and there's, been widely reported of some redistribution of funds. And so if we look at QQQ, it more or less looks like a flag, and that's why I'm leaning toward moving up. It just depends on whether the market found this bounce to be substantial enough. One of the things that happened here is we came down, touched the 815 gap, but that was the 815 gap in after hours, right? So usually you want to see that hit during open market. So because it didn't hit in open market, let's go ahead and zoom in on it. Because it didn't hit an open market, it could be potentially that we come back down and come back and go get it. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened, if we didn't come double test this level, because the market participants in the market, they didn't get to go below 467.9 yesterday. So they didn't get the buyers who were down here who wanted to buy, who were in the New York session, didn't really get to buy. This is the overnight session. So what we're wanting to see is whether or not we break to the downside. I'll be looking for a break below prior day close, which was at about this 471.3 to 471.5. If the market breaks below that, I'm gonna look for a retest and then a push down, and I'm gonna expect us to go get this gap. So I might need some confirmation to trade today. If we start to move up, I'm going to look for us to break pre-market high, and then I want to see a little bit of a bounce and move up. So it's going to be a really interesting day. Let's see if I can draw that out for you guys. You know how this thing doesn't like to cooperate. Got to get a stronger processor on my computer. That's why I'm trading. I'm trading for a processor. Oh yeah, let's extend this. This is going to be important. Let's extend this fair value gap, this imbalance. 29. Let's go to 30, because if we go up there, it'll probably take till tomorrow. Okay, let's see if I can mark it up. See if you guys can see what I'm talking about, see how I'm thinking. Zoom in on it. So what I'm expecting here is, so we've entered a consolidation range. Either we're going to push up and reject this thing, and I will not take shorts until we get below here, or we're going to push through it. I'm going to look for a retest, and I'm going to look for us to move on up. So I'm going to be watching that very carefully. Because we're in a place where anything can happen. If you see, we're right between the 51 and the 70.7 on the fib. Okay. The other thing that can happen is we could go absolutely crazy, right? And push all the way up here. And I've marked out a special level. For those of you who know, purple's my special levels, which was the previous pre-market high, and reject here again because we already showed a little bit of resistance. So if we push up here and we reject, then I want to take this reject. Okay, I'm going to be looking for the candle formation, and that's how I want to take it. All right, that's my watch list for QQQ and SPY. And of course, those of you know, I primarily trade SPX. But I've started trading NQ futures, so I use my QQQ chart and NQ chart to really lock in what the market is doing. Click like and subscribe if you'd like to see me trade these kinds of setups live and show you guys what's happening in the day trading space. For those of you out there, again, I've been doing this for about maybe 2.25, and getting really good at this thing. So come and join the journey. That I think you'll find a little bit of yourself in me, and